How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing great. I didn't wake up till 11 today because I'm a loser. Yes, I am. Today, I'm going to talk about my tattoos because I've had a lot of people ask me about my tattoos. So let's get started, shall we? Let's go. This is the first one I ever got. It's a flower chain around my ankle. And when I first got this, the flowers were white. But flowers that are white, they fade. Not just in nature, but also on your skin. So if you're ever gonna get a tattoo and you think, oh, white's gonna be a good color, please understand that white fades. There's no meaning behind this tattoo. I got this tattoo when I was 23 years old, and my dad was so mad at me that he made me cry. And I cried for a few days about it, and I thought, I gotta get rid of this tattoo. That was back in the day when, you know, I used to worry a lot about what other people thought, but now I'm like, I'm gonna go get me another tattoo. So anyway, that's the first one. Got that in 1996, 20 years ago, because I'm old as fuck. The next tattoo I got was this one back here. This is my tramp stamp. And from what they tell me, it means strong woman or girl power. Don't judge me for that. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but let me explain. Lucy, you got a lot of explaining to do. I got this tattoo after I decided to leave my fucking fucked up piece of shit ex-husband. And it took a lot for me to walk away from that shit. So what did I do? I went and got a tattoo to commemorate the fact that I was a strong woman. I'm making jokes, really. That's what happened. Gotta let them go sometimes, girls and guys. We all gotta do it. Gotta let them go. The next tattoo that I went to get was this one on my wrist that says true. I went through a really tough time. I'm not gonna go into details about that because although I like to share a lot about myself, there's lots of things I don't want to share about myself, and I won't go into the details, but I was going through something really hard, and I needed a reminder that I needed to stay true to myself. I needed to stay true to what I believed and true to my feelings, and if other people didn't like it or didn't agree with everything I was doing and saying, they didn't have to. And that's how I live my life. I'm really incapable of putting up with bullshit. I'm incapable of seeing bullshit and not saying something about it. And at that time, I wasn't as strong as I am now, and so I just needed a reminder to stay true. True at all times, basically to myself or to a situation that I feel strongly about. I think I got that around 2011, 2012. The next one that I got is on my shoulder. I'm gonna have to take my shirt off. Y'all ready for this? This one says, after you've done all you can, just stand. And it's lyrics from a song. I got this one in LA in 2014. Jessie got the same tattoo. Jessie Smiles, my very good friend, got the same tattoo on her foot. The reason that we got these tattoos is we had both traveled to LA. I traveled from Virginia where I live. She traveled from Miami where she was living at the time. And the reason that we went to LA is because she was going to give her statement in court at a hearing for Curtis Lepore, who had raped her in the summer of 2013. The hearing was very difficult because she had to stand up and give a statement. She was terrified, and me and her mother and several other viners went to be with her while she gave this statement. And of course, nothing happened to him, which of course we both knew anyway, that he would never get the justice he deserved. She would never get the justice she deserved. And that's what this tattoo stood for and still stands for. After you've done everything you can do, after you've fought that battle, after you've stood up and said what you had to say, after you've done everything you can do, that's it. There's nothing else you can do. All you can do is just stand. You cannot crumple on the floor and cry. Well, you can, but what is that going to accomplish? Nothing. So after you've done all you can do, you just stand there. That's what that tattoo stands for, and I still get kind of about it because it's so true. The next tattoo I have is, it's my birds. And this one, there's no meaning behind it. I simply got this because I went with my husband to get a tattoo that day, and I was like, oh, I like that, I'll get that. I don't recommend doing that, but I mean, I like my tattoo. I'm that type of person that if you're going to get a tattoo, I'll get in there and I'm like, I think I'll get some birds. Try not to do that anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty proud of myself because I went to LA last week. Jessie and I were toying with the idea of going and get another tattoo, but I said, you know what? If you're not sure what you're gonna get and I have no idea what I'm gonna get, let's just not go. Plus her dad says he's gonna disown her if she gets any more tattoos. So I probably shouldn't have just mentioned that we were even thinking of going and getting tattoos, but he doesn't watch my videos. Do you, Poppy? I don't think Poppy watches my videos. I hope Poppy doesn't watch my videos. So anyway, we didn't go get tattoos, but this one has no meaning. Now this one is an arrow with a J in the tail. My friend Kate designed this. I had a friend, and she was a friend of a lot of us on Vine, very close with me and Kate and Panda and Sarah, and her name was Jennifer Richards. She was always very sick. She had a lot of back problems. She was always having bad headaches, and she always had the shakes. She was under treatment for her back and her headaches and everything, but one day last year she went to the drugstore. And she said that she went to the drugstore, she got her prescriptions, and she went out to the parking lot, and the next thing she knew, she woke up in the hospital, and she had had a seizure. And so they did tests and found that she had a tumor in her brain. It was about the size of a golf ball, and that is what had caused the seizure. So she ended up having to have surgery to remove the tumor, but they could only take 90% of it out. So they were going to have to do chemo and radiation, but before they could do that, she had another seizure and she passed away. Now, I was in Mexico with Jesse. I was in Cancun with Jesse and got a message from Jennifer's mother that she had passed away. And I'm not going to lie, it ruined the rest of my trip. I cried so much. I tried to have a good time, and I'm not going to say I didn't have a good time. I did have a good time, but it definitely dampened and clouded that vacation. I cried a lot. I cried for a long time after that. It was very, very hard. It was very difficult. I still get upset thinking about it. But Jennifer loved The Walking Dead, and she loved Daryl, who's played by Norman Reedus on The Walking Dead. And so I wanted to commemorate Jennifer with an arrow. So our friend Kate designed this arrow, and it has a little J in the tail, and so this one's for Jennifer. I never thought I would get tattoos on my arm, and I still look at my arm sometimes and I'm like, I cannot believe I did that. But you only live once, and the reason you get a tattoo usually is because it has a meaning for you, and at the time I was just like, I want people to see it. And this is the last one I've gotten, and I hope maybe it'll be the last one I ever get, but I kind of don't believe that. And I'm also kind of shocked that I put it on my arm, but then again, it stands for something very important to me. There's a documentary called The Hunting Ground. If you've never seen it, you should check it out. It's about sexual assault and rape on college campuses, and it's very informative. You'd be very surprised at the statistics and the things that you learn by watching it. There was an original song written for that movie, and it's performed by Lady Gaga, and it's called Till It Happens to You. And the first time I ever heard the song, I cried. The first time I ever saw the video, I honestly cried for like 2 days. It was just, if you haven't been through, it's exactly what the song says. If it has not happened to you, then you don't know. At the Academy Awards this year, Lady Gaga performed Till It Happens to You. And of course I cried through that, like a lot of people cried through it. It was very emotional. And in that performance, she had 50 survivors come on stage with her. And they stood there with words written on their arms like survivor or believe me or it happened to me. After that performance, I saw online, and it kind of became known that she and the 50 survivors all got this tattoo matching to commemorate that performance. Many people around the world who have this tattoo, but 51 people got this tattoo all at one time to say we stand together. We are survivors of sexual assault. We are survivors of rape. And that's what this stands for. I'm in solidarity with other survivors. I want people to know that you can go on. Survivor sounds like such a lofty word, and sometimes you get tired of hearing, oh, I'm a survivor, but really you are. If you have ever been through that, you are not a victim, you are a survivor, and that's what this stands for. Now that I'm done talking about my tattoos, I just want to talk about that for a minute. I want to always be funny and to entertain people, but sometimes I'm going to talk about things that are serious. And I really believe that it is my place, since I have a platform. I don't have that many viewers. I don't have that much going on here, but it is my place. I do feel that it's a duty to share information and to help other people and to let people know you're not alone. And if this happened to you, it was wrong. And if that happened to you, it was wrong, and it's not your fault, and you're never alone. I do have some videos up about rape culture. I have one up about what you should do if you were ever raped or sexually assaulted. I will be touching on those subjects again, and I hope that I never drive any viewer away or make you unsubscribe or not like me because I talk about those things. But these things are important, because for every one person who doesn't want to hear about this and who thinks, oh, this is boring, there are at least 5 people who really need to hear that today. And you never know who might see something and understand, hey, this wasn't my fault. And that person might have literally just been thinking about ending their life. You don't know. So if there's ever a video that I do that you're like, this is boring or I don't want to hear this, then simply just don't watch it. Please don't leave negative comments, because those people who are going through those things might see those negative comments, and that just adds to how they already feel negative about what has happened to them or negative about themselves, because they don't understand they're not a victim, they are a survivor and they didn't deserve it. So I will be talking about things now and then that you might not like, but I'm doing that because people deserve that and I owe that to them. Back to happy. Just wanted to thank everybody who does watch my videos. Thank you so much if you have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm going to be putting videos up every week. I'm not really sure what days yet, and I'm not really sure how many per week. It just depends on my work schedule and ideas that I come up with. But I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and tune in next time. Thank you. Bye. So if you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. I'm just kidding. I'm just a joke. But